What's going on, guys? Junior's Fishing Company with a little 2-for-1 today. I'm going to try and talk really quick because I'm going to do 2 videos in one. I've been trying to think of a couple different waxworm videos. I think I've uploaded a couple in the past, and I've just been tying a bunch of them up because I've been doing some ice fishing, and waxworms are kind of a staple for ice fishing, and I really don't like to use live bait much anymore just because I try to take a lot of pride in what I tie. So there's a million different waxworm patterns, and I was going between a few, and I thought I'll just make a video with 2. If I end up making a couple more this year, next year, the year after, whenever, there's plenty to go around. So this first one I'm going to show, I've got a Core Parachute dry fly hook here. I just really like the bend of this hook. It's kind of like a big scud almost. And I've got a 5/32 bead on here. This is a fire hole in Mounds, I believe, Mounds. And so I'm going to start with some 70 denier. This is Danville's. I'm not quite sure what color this is, but really any yellow is going to do. I can show you a couple different examples of some stuff at the end of what I've been, just some little tweaks you can make to some baits like this. The first suggestion I'm going to do, and I might end up cutting out a little bit of this just because it's going to take me so long to wrap, get some 140 denier. This is a size 12 hook, but it definitely fishes like a 10. This is a pretty big hook, and I'm going to need a ton of wraps. I'm going to go really low into that bend. Waxworms aren't quite this big. It's a little bit bigger than kind of your standard waxworm. I'm going to put down my wire really early because I want to cover up the color of this wire. This is really cool wire. This is Sci-Bi. I'm not exactly 100% sure how to say it. Large flat wire. The color of this is pale orange. Really, really cool color. Almost kind of like a soft gold. So I'm going to put that down right on the side. I'm going to keep that on the side, and again, I'm going pretty far down into this bend. Way down in there. And then I'm just going to really do a ton of wraps. Now you can make whatever kind of body you want. I've got a ton of 0.1 lead wraps right here, just because the only reason is because I'll have to do less wraps when I'm building my body. I would have gone down even further if I wasn't worried. I wanted to have plenty of space to put that wire. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to wrap this, build up a body. You can have it fatter in the middle. They're a little bit thinner on the edges or the tips, you know, their head and their butt. They're a little bit thinner, but overall they're a pretty fat little larva. And so I'm going to just do a ton of wraps here and build up this body. Alright, so I built up a little bit of a body. Maybe you can always go a little bit thicker. This is decently thick. It's a big bead, and so I didn't want to build up too much of a body. I'm just going to wrap these. On a couple of these I've done really wide wraps. In this one I'll kind of just do normal wraps. Just space them as evenly as you can. The smaller ones I've been tying, I've been using a lot less wraps. So I've been spacing them out as much as I can. But really you're just trying to build, you know, a little segment or whatever you want to call it. They're not horribly segmented, these waxworms. They have a little bit of a ripple. This stuff can be a little bit tricky to get off. You kind of got to go back and forth instead of in a circle. It can be a little bit weird to get them off. So what I'm going to do, I just want to build a little bit of kind of legs or a little bit of fuzz or something like that. So I've got some CDC. This is PMD color. I just don't have yellow. This is as close to yellow as I could get. And I've got just a few of these fibers, not a ton. I don't want this to be like a crazy leggy, fuzzy collar, but I do want just enough on there. Waxworms really don't have legs or wings or anything like that. This is kind of just to help add a little bit of movement in your bait. And so I'll just get those. I want to make sure, and they're a little bit long. I can always end up trimming off the really long ones. You can keep them in there too if you want. I've just got a little Umpqua dubbing spinner here, just a little cheap. I think it was like 12 bucks, but it works just great. You don't have to spend $60 on a dubbing twister. So I've just got those spun up. I'm just gonna wrap right up to my bead, and I'll just kind of fold these back. I'm just gonna wrap them kind of on top of each other because I want them right up by that bead. Then I can tie these off. I'm gonna do 2 wraps. Then I'm gonna pull with both my hands in opposite directions with this thread just to kind of lock that in. And then just do 1 more wrap. I can come in here really close. If you trim off a little CDC, that's no big deal. And I'll fold all this back. I'm just gonna build up a little bit of a collar. Now this is something that you could do a little different. I'll show you in just a sec. You could do a nice little red collar or even a black one. Their heads, I've tied some with silver beads, gold beads. I went with brown for the video because their heads are typically brown or really, really dark depending on what stage of life they're in. If you buy them at the bait shop, they usually look a little different, 2 weeks later. So I'm just gonna trim just a couple of these. The good thing about CDC is the tips are so random anyway. They're not like it's not like a deer hair point where they're super sharp, so if like pointy, so if you cut them it looks different. To me they look the exact same. So first little pattern, really, really cool. A little bit of flash with that wire, but one pattern that I definitely like. The second one is going to be basically, this is really just another, I uploaded a Manhattan Midge just a little bit ago, but this is basically just another Manhattan Midge, except for the little flash back here is just a little bit different. So I thought, why not, I'll upload it. This is a gold bead. The hook I've got here, it's a little bit smaller, so it's definitely a little bit of a smaller pattern. This is a Partridge Check Nymph, size 14. This is just a super cool hook, and really I love this hook because it's got a really, really big eye on there, so whatever bead size you can fit on, it's gonna go. Just to mix things up a little bit, I've got some UTC 70 in Hopper Yellow, again just to add a little bit of a difference in here. And so I'll just get my thread started on here, work my way back. This is only a size smaller in hook, but I mean it is significantly, the hook size is so different, and that's why ordering hooks online can be really tricky. Unfortunately, I've done a ton of trial and error in ordering hooks. So I've got some brassy gold wire I'm going to use for my ribbing on this. These are just really quick ties. You can tie these pretty quick. I'm just going to get that wire down, and you can go as far back into this bend as you want, but I'm not overly concerned with making, a big bait here. This is a pretty small hook, so it's barbless. Not that that really matters much. I'm just gonna get as many thread wraps, again, even on something like this small, using 140 denier is just gonna make you tie that much faster. If you have, I mean, I wouldn't go 210, but you're just gonna do half the wraps. If that math checks out, you're gonna do less wraps so you can tie more in a shorter amount of time. So I won't overly build this up too much. Just a little bit thicker kind of in the midsection here. Leave it a little bit thinner down there by my hook point. Just maybe come down just a little bit. Again, I want a thicker midsection. And I don't have to worry about adding a ton of thread to that bead, because I'll have some materials up there that's going to help build some bulk. So I'm going to wrap my wire, and I'm going to do pretty open wraps. I'll do 2 little close ones down there, then I'll come up. You can do spiral, you can do flat, but I just want to do, I'll probably end up wrapping over this one. So maybe just 3, just a couple segments in that body. Nice and sparse on that. And I'll get that helicoptered off. So what I'm going to do, I've got some material here. This is Vivis Body Quill. I don't know what color. It's the BQ4. I'm guessing it's a gold or something like that. I've also got it in brown. So I don't have a ton of these. I've only got one other. I think it's chartreuse. But you could do really any. Red might look pretty cool too. So what I'm going to do is I've got just this is kind of like thread. It just comes on a big spool, 30 meters I think it says. I'm just going to take the tips of these and I'm going to straighten it out, and on my vise I've got that arm where my rotary function is, and I'm just going to pinch that onto there. You can't see it, but it almost looks like a dubbing loop. I'm just going to fold this material over. So I've got it like this. I'm just going to fold it over a bunch. And then I'll put it back in my little arm there just to keep everything straight. And then I'll fold it again. I'll probably fold it, I think that's 3 times. And then you can see it builds this little kind of like almost like a coil. But I'm not going to cut this. I'm going to transfer this into my other hand. It'll look just like that. And this is what it could look like wings. Again, waxworms, when they're in this stage of life, they don't have wings. But I'm just going to tie them in just like that. And I can tie these in as long as I want, really. But I don't want them overly long, so just do a couple wraps. And if I think that's too long, I can just grab everything and I can just pull down just a little bit. That looks kind of good, maybe just a little bit shorter. And then I'll just come in here, make sure that they're relatively on top. And I'll just work my way up. And I can trim this all off. You really don't use a ton. Now you could end up coming in and snipping off all of that, but I just really like how it kind of looks. Again, this would be a great way to maybe even tie something like wings or something like that. The next thing I'm going to do, I've just got some bleach dyed yellow. This is from Marabou Brothers. This is just obviously peacock. So I'll tie that in just right on the side. A very yellow bait, but that is what waxworms look like. So I'll just do a few wraps. I don't need to wrap over. This is decent peacock anyway, so it's going to be really, really fuzzy. A couple wraps there. I'll work back here, wrap over that, and then you could really just pull it off. It's pretty brittle stuff right at the end. And I'll just fold that back a little bit. And I'll just build up a tiny little collar there. Just a little collar. And I'll get that whip finished off. This is really nice peacock. Marabou Brothers has really good stuff. Really pretty expensive, but for the price. It's definitely good stuff. So there you go. So you could, I tied one up a little bit earlier, just with red, just a little red color, just a little hot spot. You could do black too. You could do a million, I mean, however many colored beads you have. I would kind of stick with, I've got a silver one here just to really mix things up, but I would probably stick with, I mean, just if you want it to look as natural as you can, brown, black, gold, something like that. But really cool patterns, super quick ties, really, really quick ties. I don't remember which one I just tied, but really quick ties, effective patterns for ice fishing in the winter or small streams and stuff like that too. A little 2-for-1 for you today. Junior's Fishing Company. Like and subscribe. Drop some comments below. I'll see you on the next one.